I chose intensive Italian because I wanted to get it all in one. To get it, like the whole package, everything wrapped up and put under the Christmas tree. You know, I didn't want to have to learn how to say hello for one semester and then how to order food for another quarter, I guess.
Intensive Italian prepared me to study abroad in Bologna because it was basically a hardcore, crash course in the Italian language. So instead of taking 101, 102, 103, you just, cram it all into 1 year. At the same time, it's not extremely hard. It is because, you're learning a completely new language in a year, basically, but it's fun.
Intensive Italian was the choice for me because I'm a firm believer that if you're going to learn a language, it is the full immersion type of class that is the best for learning a language.
The class, the format is really, it's a small class. We had a small group and the environment was really intimate. And within the class, each of us really had a chance to speak Italian in front of the class on a daily basis. And that for me is really important because speaking a foreign language was always an area of weakness for me.
2 hours each class session was really useful, was in a sense critical. I feel that it helped me to understand more in a shorter amount of time.
And for me, actually, it's easier because when the class is more concentrated, I tend to be able to remember the material better.
Because you have the extra time, you have opportunities to listen to music, to watch movies, to go to outside conferences. When I took the course, my whole class, which was small, so we ended up becoming a family, we went up to Wisconsin for a weekend and had an Italian weekend. Spoke only in Italian, cooked Italian meals. It just gives you so much more time to bond with the people you're studying with, as well as the material you're studying, and explore language for what it is, which is a tool of communication instead of just a math problem.
We were a small class. I think we had about 10 students. And so we were self-selecting. We wanted to be there, all of us.
If you really want to learn the language, you also put in additional hours and work studying by yourself outside of class. And the class time is used really more to actually put into practice what it is that you've been learning, and then at home or in your dorm you can kind of brush up on all the little technical elements of the language.
During this year of studying abroad in Bologna, Italy, I have been making a film on the spirituality of food.
Allora, un anno dopo l'inizio del mio viaggio alla rinomata pizzeria di Jonathan Goldsmith a Chicago, siamo qui a Napoli, dove centinaia di anni fa nacque la pizza e dove si trovano i più importanti e antichi pizzaioli.
And it's all in Italian. I would not have been able to do that without having taken intensive Italian.
The knowledge of Italian is useful for me in practicing shirt making, because shirt making is a craft that has deep roots in Italy. And for me, when it came to learning shirt making in the first place, it helped me to read cutting manuals which were written in Italian, and to correspond with suppliers who were based in Italy. And to this day, I actually write some of my things for my own use in Italian, not in English, on my patterns. And of course for the correspondence to order materials from Italy.
As a musician and conductor and pianist, it's knowledge of foreign languages is just absolutely invaluable to the work that I do. I mean, when I was in Poland last year, I also helped out with singers there, and singers who don't necessarily know Italian as a language. They simply know how to pronounce it properly, but my knowledge of Italian and its more in its spoken form as well also contribute to my ability to help them with their singing.
In the beginning, I wanted to learn Italian so that I can read books in Italian or watch films in Italian. And then when I travel in Italy, it will come handy. But actually in the middle of this year, it turned out that I accepted a job offer as an assistant professor in one of the Italian universities in Milan. So now suddenly Italian also has this practical importance for me.
Dov'era questa notizia? Nella Repubblica di oggi? Di ieri.
Professoressa Guidotti is amazing. I consider her my second mother, but she is the most compassionate professor I've ever had.
It's a language which, whether I intend for it to be or not, it has become a part of my life in a very significant way.
I guess I can say that I'm completely fluent, and that's all thanks to intensive Italian, because Professoressa Guidotti, who was my teacher throughout that full year, really planted a seed in me and helped me, she kind of implanted this seed in me, this burning desire to completely master the language. And without her and without intensive Italian that year, I would definitely not be where I am today.
Professor Guidotti, first of all, is just a wonderful person in general. I mean, she's just absolutely just the warmest person you can imagine, just funny and energetic, and she really cares that the students learn the language.
One student asked a question about inappropriate word, and she had no problem just explaining how it was used and what it actually meant and how she couldn't use it because it wasn't her generation. She was just hysterical. She was just hilarious, and I really owe her a lot.
Italian is the most beautiful language in the world, I think, and to have a crash course in that, the fact that Northwestern offers a crash course in that is a wonderful thing.